A more serious tone, a more thoughtful topic. When life challenges hits hard, it can stop you in your tracks. So today, ways to plan your next move and not just survive, but really thrive. Connie Sokol is an author and founder of Back to Basics. She joins me with steps to keep you moving forward. It's so great to see you. I love this topic, and I can't wait to hear your spin on it because you are a woman who knows how to dig deep when the time is right. And sometimes those emotional challenges can leave us feeling totally paralyzed, just stuck.
And getting from that place of you're so overwhelmed that it's hard to even make a move, and you see choices before you, but you don't even know what to do. So moving forward.
The first step, you say, though, is to acknowledge those feelings, as scary and as limiting as they may feel.
Yes, and I say let yourself feel it, because if you can process it in real time, it will save time. And it's not that we try to be efficient about emotions, but no need to stay there longer than necessary. So if you allow yourself to feel it in the moment, you don't have to go back and dig through it again. And that's kind of funny to me because just recently my son went to kindergarten, and I've sent a few, and some more readily than others, but he went to kindergarten, and I was like, great, came back to the house ready for a productive morning, and it hit me. I just started to weep, and I thought, what? And then I realized he's my last of 7. It's caboose. I had him when I was 47. I mean, it really was the end of an era, and I kind of went, wow. And so I got some comfort food, banana bread, and curled under the covers and just watched some North and South. And you know what? In an hour, I not only felt better, but I kind of sat up and I had this idea for a historical fiction novel, and I outlined it in an hour. So when you clean it out, you can move forward.
It allows you to open yourself up.
Exactly.
It's almost that line, let yourself cry.
Yes.
Let yourself cry.
Yes.
My husband's actually said that to me a couple times. One right before I got my epidural. I'm trying to be all strong. He's like, you can cry. But we almost as women don't give ourselves that permission, right? To just let go and let down.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to open up. It's open the door to people, to possibilities, to experiences. I think as women, we tend to, when we're going through a life challenge, we kind of withdraw and we pull in and we feel almost ashamed, like we don't know how to solve something, but we think we should know, and we need to have a plan, at least, if not for ourselves, for others. See, I've got a plan and I know what I'm doing because I'm supposed to know what I'm doing.
Right.
And instead, I think it's so great when we can open up and involve other people and allow ourselves to just kind of let it unfold and kind of allow ourselves to move through it and say, I don't know what I'm doing. A friend I was talking to just a few weeks ago, she just was released from responsibility, and I said, how are you doing? She goes, I think I'm having a midlife crisis. And then she said this marvelous thing. She said, I'm letting myself flounder. And I went, beautiful. That was priceless. She could see that she just needed to simmer a little bit before she jumped into just not having a ready solution, but allowing it to unfold.
Not to take away from the depth of this conversation, but there's this silly, lighthearted movie, Bride Wars. I don't know if you've seen it. Anyway, Goldie Hawn's daughter, Kate Hudson, is in it. And she's this type A personality that has it all under control, and she's planning this wedding, and it's all falling apart. And she has this line that she said, I'm learning that I don't have to have it together all of the time. And she's melting down.
Yeah.
And
mascara probably.
Isn't that every woman? Like, we feel the need to keep a tight grip on everything, and we almost need to give ourselves permission, like your friend did, to flounder and
just flounder. Allow yourself to simmer and allow things to sort of blend together to have this new phase start to unfold for you.
Let me ask you, you talk about opening the door, and I think sometimes when challenges feel really heavy, it's hard for us to get our grip on that handle. And how can you recognize doors that might be opening for you, in front of you, and know which doors to walk through as you try to work through this?
Well, and I think that's the hard thing. Then you have so many choices before you. And what happens in life challenges, what makes it challenging, is that there are so many things that are out of your control. And I think that's the hardest thing for women, when we feel the responsibility, but we can't control the outcome. And I know for myself, this has been very personal for me, but the last several months I've been going through a divorce. Sorry. And I had to see at one point the reality that I had to say, you know what? I can choose one thing, and that's my approach, that's my attitude. And Viktor Frankl says that much more eloquently. But he says no matter what you're going through, no matter the depravity even, you can always choose your attitude. And that one domino, it allows everything else to filter through that. So new things happened. I made better connections with women and with my children, taking care of them. And I lost 30 pounds, and I started to see things in a new light. And I thought, I am not going to just survive. I'm going to thrive through this. I'm going to flourish in this thicket. And that, to me, has been inspiring for me and what I found for other women. Because when we link arms and we help each other and say, I can approach this differently. I don't have to let this, throw me. I can not only be stronger, but the way that I do it will make me stronger.
I love your brave heart, Connie. When we talk about that control that so often we're missing or we're just, scrambling to get, you say focusing on what you can do, what you can control, the steps you can take. Like you were talking about, all those connections that are in front of you, the can-dos can really help propel us forward.
Absolutely. And then we can see clearer the next step that we want to take. So once we've focused on the one can-do, then we can get to that next step, which is I'm going to take a brave step. And this can be hard because sometimes our soul shrinks at what we have to do, or we're avoidant, or we're worried or confused. And instead, we can go to that peaceful place where we know that what we need to do is right. And when we have that, we can align with it. And that's where a divine source comes in, whether it's God or the universe or a higher power. And then you will know what's the next step. And you can kind of take that Indiana Jones leap of faith in the movie. And that's a few weeks ago, even with this segment, I had one topic and then I awoke with, no, I think it needs to be what now? And we went with it. And then I thought, I'll do a Facebook Live. And I've only done like 2. And I had hundreds and hundreds of views. And I went, women are related to this. So I thought maybe I'll do a book. And then I thought, one morning I woke up and I thought, I'll do a pre-order. I don't even know how to do a pre-order. So I went to Google 6:30 in the morning, how do you do a pre-order? And I had no cover. I had a logo, my Back to Basics logo that was on my computer, and I had no content. I put on a page that said, content's coming, it's gonna be really great, pre-order. I'm serious. And then 2 days later, I checked to see if the listing was correct. It was #1 on Amazon. Awesome. I went, you know what? Go by faith, go with your gut, know that right, peaceful thing, and move forward.
And look at all that came from that one brave step. A
Oh my
topic,
gosh.
a conversation, a book.
And now the birth of a book, and I'm so excited. So that's, move forward.
Is
Take
it
a
still
step.
on pre-order because I want it?
No, it's officially launched yesterday on Amazon, and today is the media launch, and we have free giveaways. It's on ConnieSokol.com, and it's on Amazon, and it is yours, and it's great tips to move forward now.
What's the name of the book?
What Now? 8 Ways to Deal with Life's Difficulties.
I will be getting that. Thank you so much for sharing yourself and helping us along the way. We appreciate it.